Hey guys, we are back for Bandcamp Dailies number 31, and we have a bunch of listens today from two separate albums. Before we start, I just want to say that my big City TOD video has been released, so that's very exciting for me, and it's just flying. It's flying up the charts, getting tons of views, even though I have views disabled, so I don't know how many views it has, but apparently it's been watched, and so I just wanted to say thank you for anyone who's watched it, even though I thought it'd be completely unwatchable. But I watched a bunch of it today, actually, to remind myself of the good meals I had. Those were some good times. So yeah, and now we're back to usual, back to normal. And so we had a bit of a vacation. That's what I tried to say, but I can't. So we have listens from two albums. We have, once again, we're back with Implanted Perceptions, and then Cohesive Deterioration and Craftsman Defective Mind. We've already done videos for both those. Same with Permanent Psychosis. And then we have Introversions, Negative Awareness. This is from what's it called? Spontaneous Synaptic Mutations Part 1. So that is my 490 song album. You did not mishear me. And we've made a video about, I think, the first two songs already. And so now we're going to do the second two songs. And for this one, we are also going to be isolating the guitars and the drums. So that should be fun. I took a listen to these songs before the video just to remind myself what they sounded like. And so, yeah. Okay, so let's just get right to it. I did not do any preparation, really. I mean, I do not have a text file. You can see Notepad is not open. So I'm just winging it, which is fine because there's really nothing I need to remember. So we're going to start with Implanted Perceptions. Tonight is going to be a popcorn night. I thought it was going to be a popcorn night. I wanted it to be a popcorn night, but when am I going to make the popcorn? If not for right now. Okay, we'll just go here and I'll show you what songs we have to listen to. We have to listen to, so someone listened to the first 7 songs, and then track 35. Yes, track 35 and track 42. So we've done the first 5 songs, and now we have to do 6 and 7. I thought I had to do 5 songs. 6 and 7, and then 35 and 42. Maybe I miscounted. So how many songs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay. And if we've done the first 5 songs, then there's only 4 songs left. You know, that's what math seems to dictate. All right. So we have 4 songs from Implanted Perceptions. We have 2 songs from Spontaneous Synaptic Mutations Part 1. And we have some popcorn. So as always with these, and we have a big hockey game 1 of the Western Conference Final between Edmonton and Dallas. I literally just changed the channel here like 2 minutes ago, maybe, I guess, a few minutes ago. And Edmonton had just scored. Edmonton. And so Edmonton's winning 1-0. So that's really exciting. I'm cheering for Edmonton to win the Stanley Cup. There you have it. There's my prediction. So yeah, like I was going to say, with the Implanted Perception stuff, we're going to listen to the songs with the lyrics. And we are also going to look at the tab. And then we're also going to check out the live video. And then I believe we are going to go back to that other video that I showed. I don't know if it was the previous one or not, but the one where I was learning the songs from scratch, because one of these songs was featured in that video as well, very briefly. So it's not going to take very long, but I will show you it. All right. So I think I have to make popcorn now. And by the way, I decided this maybe 20 minutes ago. I'm going to use a different type of kernel. So if you remember, if you've been a watcher of this video series, all the way back in the beginning when I started having popcorn, I don't know what episode that was, but I've always picked the Midnight Blue variety of popcorn. So I have this box of popcorn that I got So the popcorn machine and the variety box of popcorn kernels was given to me for, I think it was for Christmas. And so the variety box has like 8 different kinds of bags of popcorn kernels. And I started with the Blue Midnight. And I don't know how many videos I've eaten popcorn on, but it's probably like, I don't know, between 5 and 10. And I still have popcorn left in that bag. But there are multiple varieties. And so I'm going to try a new variety. I don't know what one I'm going to try. So I'm going to check them out, and then I will let you know after the fact. I'm not going to make a new video where I'm like doing a time lapse of the popcorn popping. So the popcorn in the video that's popping is not going to match the type of popcorn that I'm actually going to be eating. So that might be immersion breaking, but just letting you know. All right. So I've got to make popcorn. All right, we are back. And so the popcorn I chose was called mushroom popcorn. Now, I don't think it has anything to do with actual mushrooms or mushroom flavoring. It looks like a mushroom cloud. I feel like that's why it's called that. They are noticeably bigger. Also, the hulls are noticeably more noticeable. They're more apparent. So I'm not sure about that. I feel like those are going to get stuck in my teeth. But it does smell different as well. So I don't know. We're going to have to see if I like this or not. The kernels were larger than the Midnight Blue ones as well. They have really, really small ones as well that I'd like to try as well. And so, okay. So let's go. We are listening to Retarding the Aging Process, and then Decrepit Laboratory, and then Taker of Dignity, and then Pyro Fantasy. All right. So here's the lyrics if you want to listen. I don't know. I'm going to try and follow along with my mouse cursor this time. I forgot to do that yesterday, or whatever the last episode I did was. All right. So let's listen. This popcorn is really good, by the way. I don't know how to describe it. It's got a really cool texture. And when you crunch on it, I don't know, it's very pleasing to eat. So I'm definitely a fan. I don't know if I'm going to switch to this one over the Midnight Blue or what. Next time I might even try a new one. All right, so let's go to the next one, Decrepit Laboratory. I do have stuff to say about these songs, but I'm just wondering because it's probably more appropriate if I say it during like the live video. That way I'll be able to actually show you what I'm talking about. There you go. Those two songs, I very much enjoy those songs. All of the songs at the beginning, I'm a fan of. I think number 35, I don't really like very much. I listened to this before the video, but I can't remember what it is. Yeah, this one I'm not that big of a fan of this one. So this opening sequence where it's with these chords and it has the palm mutes. It's in a strange timing. The timing keeps changing. This was kind of a pain in the ass to memorize because it was tricky to memorize. But once I got it, I got it. But I remember it being tricky. So that the sequence is like is a bit of an intro before the lyrics come in. By the way, the lyrics for this song, I believe they're talking about a girl flaunting her goods and using it as a way to control a man. I think that's what I was going for. If you can decipher what I'm saying here. But I remember writing these lyrics, and I remember that's what I was going for with this with this song. All right, so let's go to number 42. This song is very complicated and out there, out to lunch. So this was a really challenging song to memorize because it keeps changing. It's very strange. All right, so there you have your songs. Now we're going to go to the tabs. All right, so let's go to music. What is this called? What is this folder called? Implanted Perceptions. I thought maybe it would have been stuck in my recent folders, but I guess not. All right, so now I need to know what the numbers are. So number 6. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Track 6, Retarding the Aging Process, that has the same production number as the track number. So all the IP numbers are the production numbers. In other words, the order I wrote the song. So whatever number. So in other words, this was the 38th song that I wrote. This was the 29th song I wrote, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And track 6 is the 6th song I wrote. And it also appears as number 6 on the track list. So it's the only song on the album that has the same number as the track list and the production number, if you know what I'm talking about. So it's a bit of trivia there. What a lucky song. So here it is right here. So this was June the 4th, 2022, almost 3 years ago. Oh my God. Where has the time gone? This is one of the very few songs that involves tapping. Where's the tapping? Here it is. Right here with the tapping. Normally, I do incorporate tapping occasionally, but it's very, very brief. So, usually just one song has a tapping section. All right, let's go to number 7. No. We want track 7, which is 39, IP 39. So this one was written on August 1st, 2022. All right, so let's go to 35. IP 32, that's close. From July the 12th. So I took a big break here. After the 18th, I took almost a 2-week break. It's kind of interesting. IP 38, I think this is my favorite song on the album. Yeah, this is track 1 on the album. So I wrote my favorite song, and then I took a 2-week break. I don't know why. Probably thinking like, hey, how am I going to top that? So I had to stop and regroup. So what is this? IP 32? 35 is 32, yes. Yeah, like it's really weird timing. It's not just like the timing, but it's like where you add the palm mutes and stuff, and how many times you hit the chord. It keeps changing. It was tough to memorize that. That part at the end there, where it's 150 BPM, I did a blast beat. Yeah, I did a 4-hit blast beat in, I think, once in this section, but it would have been 300 BPM. So I rarely play that fast, blast beats that fast, unless they're very short, like four hits. And so I don't know if I've ever done a 300 BPM blast beat in one of my songs before. But I do in this song, so that's kind of interesting, I guess. All right, so we have one left. This is 42, IP 44. So I talked about this. There's a section of songs, IP 44, 45, 46, and 47. Those 4 songs. They appear chronologically. They appear sequentially. I don't know what the word is. Because normally the production numbers are sort of all over the place because I picked and chose the track list depending on how I wanted the songs to appear. However, this group of 4 songs maintained their They didn't move, so they stayed together. I mean, they moved in the track list, but they stayed together because they were written in the using the same philosophy. So they're very, I think I talked about it being like a stream of consciousness type of songwriting, where it keeps changing. I don't really think about what happened at the earlier part of the song. I just sort of take it out of my mind and go to the next riff without paying any attention to what I had already written. And that writing music like that is very fun, but it's hard because you keep wanting to think back to sort of incorporate the earlier riffs into your new riffs, but you have to keep that out of your mind. And you're just working with a clean slate for every single riff. And so because of that, I kept the songs together. And this was the first song I wrote in this style. And this is probably my favorite out of the four here that use that style. So let's listen to it. IP44. I'm assuming this has a lot of measures. Yeah, so it's got 35 measures. I think the most is 40 something, like early 40s, which is pretty crazy considering there are, it's only 40 seconds long. So we can see the tempos, every single measure has a different tempo. It's ridiculous. And time signature. It's absolutely ridiculous. So imagine memorizing this. And then imagine playing it. Well, we're gonna watch the live video later. But imagine playing it in a live video where the track lands in the 40-second spot in the track list. It's kind of ridiculous, but. Very good. I love that song. Very, very fun song. Okay, so what are we doing now? I think we're going to watch the live video versions of the songs. We've watched this video many times. I think someone listened to this video, watched the video on YouTube, I think yesterday or something like that, because I noticed it had jumped up a couple spots. So that was really cool. So let's check it out. So what do we have here? 6, 7, 35, and 42. Okay. Okay, so track 6 is about to happen. So there's I think the hardest riff on this album appears in this song. And hard in the sense that I had the hardest time getting it right. And it was always I could never get it right. I could never get it perfect. And it was kind of funny because I only had like a few tries in order to get it right. Otherwise, if I played it too many times, I could never get it. So I had to get it within the first few tries. And so I remember recording this song. It was early on because this is IP06. And so I would have recorded it early on. I recorded the songs in the production name order, the production number order. So from IP01 up to IP48. And so I recorded it very early on, probably the first or the second session, but it was not tight. And so I saved it for the very end, near the very end. And so I got a good take. On this video, I played it pretty well, but I didn't get it perfect. It's just, it's too fast for me to get it perfect. So I could never get it exactly. It's like because my fingers don't land on the proper frets. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I alternate between my pinky and my index finger, and I like go up the fretboard, then I go down the fretboard. I'll motion when it happens. That was very good. I played it pretty good. I don't think I made any egregious mistakes. I don't think it was perfect like that one riff, but it was okay. It was fine. Yep. Actually, I don't think I played that perfectly. I feel like there was a slight mistake. Okay, there was almost a mistake, but I didn't make a mistake. I was about to make a mistake, but then I realized, oh no, I've got to play it properly. I don't think I can show you properly on the video where it happens, but. Okay, so now we're going up to 35. Okay, so this is IP08. I know that much, but I don't know where it lands in the track list. So let's just refer to the track list. IP08, here it is right here. So we have a couple more songs. Okay. Not bad, eh? I remembered it was IP08. Some of the songs I remember their production number. Some of them I don't, but I know IP08. Okay, it's about to happen right now. Did you hear the blast beat? It's very fast. As in, it only happens less than a second, like less than half a second probably. Okay, so one song left. We have 42. So we have to go from 35 to 42. What is this one? IP18. I don't. Chunky mush artificial digits. Oh, right. Okay. All right, so we just have a little bit of scrolling to do. I think it's after this one. It's funny because, you know, we have this group of 4 really complicated songs that just change constantly, and they're pretty ridiculous. And it happens like right near the end of the video of the album. And yet I played them perfectly, basically perfectly in the video because, you know, I had memorized them. It took a while, but I memorized them, practiced them, and I got them down. And so for this song, I don't think I made a mistake on in the video here. Well, we'll check it out. I'll let you know if I did. Oh, I hit the wrong harmonic. I hit the wrong one harmonic. I hit the wrong one. But that's not a big deal. All right, good stuff. That was a pretty catchy song, wasn't it? No. Okay, so I think that's it for this album. Wow. How long has this video been? 25 minutes? I guess we had a bit of an intro as well. Okay. And so now we have spontaneous synaptic mutations. So I click the link, and then it takes a little while for the page to load because there are 490 songs. 490 songs. Yeah, my reaction here perfectly encapsulates what I'm going through. 490 songs? Are you serious? Are you for serious? Yes. So we're listening to track 3 and track 4. Now, yeah, let's just listen to these songs on Bandcamp first, and then we'll open up Reaper, and we'll isolate some tracks. So this is, okay, I'll just remind you, this album is completely improvised and randomly arranged, and it comes in, I think, 4 or 5 different groupings. So the first, from 1 to 100, is called Introversions, Negative Awareness. Then 101 to 200 is Unmuted Dreams, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so each of these groupings has a different premise, but for how I recorded the guitars. So I was in a different mindset for each of the groupings. And so for this grouping, Introversions, Negative Awareness, I did whatever I wanted. There was no mindset at all. I just did whatever I wanted. So, but the other groupings did have a mindset that I had to be in, whether it was playing a lot of ringing notes, or if I had to play within a certain scale, or if I played with my echo pedal, etc. But this one, it's just a free-for-all, complete random nonsense. And so none of the instruments know what the other instruments are doing. They're just playing on their own, and then each track has 1 drums and then 2 guitars, and so it was all just randomly arranged together afterwards. So it's complete nonsense, and so let's listen to that. Sounds like fun, doesn't it? right, there you go. The 2 songs, though, they're very, very short. They're all 16 seconds long. This one was 17 seconds long, but do that. I'm going to have to cut that out of the video. I think that was, that was, I'm going to have to, no, I'm not going to have to cut it. I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to cut it. I think that was, ideas for a new video that hasn't been released yet. So that would be a spoiler. All right, let's remove the video window. So we're going to number 3 and number 4. All right, here we go. So let's do the drums first. So we'll solo this and we'll play. Pretty catchy. No? All right, so we're going to center the guitars. This is guitar number 1. There's actually some melody in there that I didn't realize existed. So it's kind of interesting, like the first part of the riff. Like that chord right there, that's an actual chord. That sounds good. When I think of the song, I don't think about that chord. So that's kind of cool. These are the cool things you figure out once you isolate the tracks. So this is guitar number 2. Yeah, that sounds like exactly what I think about when I think about that song. So that's kind of funny. All right, so let's go to the next song. Nice. Getting the hang of it. These are the drums. Okay, a lot of tom stuff. By the way, the drums sound horrible on this album. The recording wise, they sound really bad. So that's my fault, obviously. So this is guitar number 1. Starting to run out of ideas there for 490 songs. It's really challenging trying to come up with new things for 490 songs. Even though you're like improvising and you're doing whatever you want, I mean, there's only so many ideas you have in your head. So it's really challenging because you want to do something different for each one. And so this is the guitar number 2. weird. I don't know why this, but like this part didn't sound familiar, but when I think of the song, I do hear something like this. Very strange. I'm just going to listen to it once more. We're going to listen to the whole song, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. There's some really funny songs on this album. I haven't listened to it in quite a while. So when I was checking out these songs before the video, I just let the album play. And there's some really, really funny guitar parts. Anyway, we'll get to those eventually. So that was, I talked about this before. This is one of my TV antennas with a kaleidoscope effect, and the colors are black and whited. All right, so that's going to be it for the video. I'm a little unsure about the popcorn situation here. I think Edmonton just scored. I think I prefer the blue ones, the blue midnight blue, whatever it's called. This, I really like the size. They're huge, but also the hulls are very apparent, and they are getting stuck in my teeth. So the taste is good as well. It's just the hulls. So I think, they have multiple different kinds of where they mention hulls. So like small hulls or hull-less, stuff like that. And so I'm going to go next time. I'm going to change varieties of popcorn once again. And I'm going to go for one of those hull-less varieties or small hulls or not very many hulls, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because apparently I do not like the hulls. They are a turnoff for me. So that's what I'm going to do for the next video. But right now, this is going to be the end of the video. And I'm going to finish my popcorn. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.